Next, the next section deals with polynomials. It says classify each as a monomial, binomial, trinomial, or not a polynomial. Now we know a monomial is a single term with numbers and letters and variables. And the variables just can't be, or the exponents on the variables can't be negative. The variables can't be in the denominator of a fraction. And the variables can't be underneath a radical. So with that in mind, let's see what we've got. Okay, well, on number 19, this is a binomial. It's two terms separated by a plus. 20 is a trinomial. Three terms separated by plus or minus. Number 21 is just a monomial. It is a single term. Number 22 is a binomial. Okay, this is a binomial. Some of you may ask how. Well, we can actually separate that into two parts, into 4/5 plus x over 5. Okay, the x is in the numerator, so it works, and it's two terms, so it's a binomial. Number 23 is a monomial. Number 24 is not one, because it's got a variable in the denominator. Number 25 is also not one, because we've got a variable under the radical. And then number 26 is a monomial. Okay. Next, it says find the degree of the polynomial. Okay, so what you do is you add the exponents of our variables. On number 27, okay, if there's just an x, that means it's x to the first power, so that means it's to the first degree. 28 is 3x squared y, so we got a 2 on the x. We've got a 1 on the y, so that means it's to the third degree. Number 29, okay, here we've got a trinomial. So we find the degree of each monomial. Okay, so the first one is 2, the 5x is 1, the 7 is 0, and whoever's the biggest wins. So this one is to the second degree. 9, okay, it's just a single number, but it doesn't have any exponents on any variables. So that means it's to the 0th degree. And if it is 0, it has none, no degree. Okay, number 32, we got a 4, we got a 5, so the whole thing is a 5. And then the last section is adding and subtracting polynomials, which is the most recent thing that we've done. So we've got three things to check. First thing, we check inside our parentheses to see if we have any minus. Okay, if we don't, we go inside the middle. Okay, and we look, does it have a plus? If it's got a plus sign, I just combine like terms. So 3x plus x gives me 4x, plus 9 plus 5 gives me 14. Okay, number 34. So inside the parentheses, we change subtraction to addition next to its opposite, so that 9y becomes a negative. Then I got another one over here that I just change, and it's just a single thing. So now I add things together. So I've got a 16x and a negative 5x, which is going to give me 11x. Plus, and I got a negative 9y and a 3y, which is going to give me a negative 6y. Okay, now we got a tough one here. Okay, so I'm going to change this subtraction to addition next to its opposite. We'll change this subtraction to addition next to its opposite. Now I add like terms. So I've got an a cubed and a 3a cubed, which would give me 4a cubed, plus, okay, I've got a b cubed. Okay, so I got one of those, so I could actually do, here's a negative b cubed and a positive 2b cubed, which is going to give me 1b cubed, plus, so those are gone. And now I got a squared b, which is going to be 2a squared b, and then plus negative b squared. Okay, so again, any order will work and it will be fine, as long as you're putting like things together. So now we go to 36. So in this one, I got a subtraction I need to change there. So now I add like terms. 3a and 2a make 5a, plus 5b and negative 9b give me negative 4b. Now we've got some subtraction. Okay, so we look inside our parentheses. They're good. So I look in the middle and change this subtraction to addition. And then each element of the next set of parentheses I change to its opposite. So the 4x becomes a negative 4x. The 3 becomes a negative 3. Now I add like things. 9x and negative 4x give me 5x. Plus 5 and negative 3 give me 2. Okay, do the same thing over here. I look inside the parentheses. All is good. So I change this subtraction to addition. And each element to its opposite. So I got 1x squared and negative 3x squared gives me negative 2x squared plus a 6x. I don't have anything that'll go with it, so it's just 6x plus negative 7. Okay, last two. Okay, so on this one, I see a minus here, so I'm going to change this one inside. This one's good, so I changed the minus in the middle. So the negative 3xy turns into a positive 3xy. The 2y squared turns into a negative 2y squared. So I end up with 5x squared. So that one's gone. Plus I've got an xy and an xy here. So negative 4xy and a positive 3xy gives me negative 1xy plus negative 2y squared. And now for the last one. Okay, got a minus here and we'll change. Got a minus here and we'll change. Got a minus here, so the 2a squared turns negative. The 3ab turns negative. The b squared turns positive. So 6a squared and negative 2a squared will give me 4a squared plus, okay, now I got 7ab and a negative 3ab, which will give me 4ab plus, and then the negative 3b and the positive b will give me 2b squared. Okay, now that is the end of the review.